Welcome to Secret Stops, your daily gateway to the world's most breathtaking destinations. From glittering skylines to coastal gems in historic streets full of charm, the United States is home to some of the most beautiful cities on Earth. In 2025, these places shine brighter than ever, offering unforgettable experiences for every traveler. Today, we are counting down the 10 most beautiful cities in the USA, the ultimate top travel destinations for 2025. Don't forget to subscribe to Secret Stops, hit the like button, and ring the bell so you never miss a journey with us. Now let's begin our countdown with number 10. It starts with a hum, a distant buzz that grows louder as you approach. Then suddenly it unfolds before you, a steel and glass jungle soaring skyward. Welcome to New York City, where ambition touches the clouds and every corner pulses with life. There's a reason the NYC skyline is the most recognizable in the world. It's not just about tall buildings. It's a living, breathing monument to human achievement. From the elegant taper of the Empire State Building to the resilient silhouette of One World Trade Center, every structure tells a story of dreams chased and challenges overcome. As the morning sun rises over the East River, golden light dances across glass towers, casting reflections like moving art. The skyline stretches across Manhattan, with Central Park offering a surprising green break among the concrete and steel. The contrast is breathtaking, urban intensity bordered by natural calm. Fly over Lower Manhattan, where the Statue of Liberty stands with timeless grace, welcoming the world with her torch held high. A symbol of freedom, hope, and endless possibility, she watches over the city's never-ending evolution. Zoom through the arteries of the city, Times Square, alive with LED lights, Broadway magic, and a heartbeat that never slows. Wander the High Line, an elevated park that winds between buildings like a ribbon of green creativity. Stroll the streets of Soho and Tribeca, where historic charm meets modern luxury. And then there's the Brooklyn Bridge, a marvel of 19th century engineering that continues to connect boroughs and generations. Walking its span gives you the city in perfect perspective. Water below, skyline ahead, and the horizon open to everything. But it's at night when New York City truly earns its title as the city that never sleeps. As the sky turns indigo, the skyline transforms into a galaxy of lights. Windows flicker like stars, traffic flows like lava, and every rooftop feels like a front row seat to a show that never ends. Above it all, helicopters glide and drones capture the grandeur from above, angles that reveal the scale, symmetry, and soul of a city built by dreamers. It's not just a collection of buildings. It's a vertical symphony where steel meets spirit. New York's skyline isn't just about architecture. It's a statement. Here, anything is possible. Fog drifts in from the Pacific, curling around towers and hills as if the city itself is dreaming. This is San Francisco, a place where old and new collide, and every street feels like the beginning of a story. At the heart of the city rises the Golden Gate Bridge, its orange towers vanishing into low clouds. Whether you cross it by foot, by bike, or by car, the view is unforgettable. Waves breaking far below, the marine headlands rising in the distance. At dawn, the bridge glows in soft light. At sunset, it becomes a silhouette against the golden sky. San Francisco has always been a city of innovation and reinvention. In Fisherman's Wharf, old warehouses have become lively markets. Sea lions bask in the sun at Pier 39, and ferries leave for Alcatraz Island, where stories of escape and legend still echo through the empty prison blocks. Venture into Chinatown, the oldest in North America. Lanterns swing above Grant Avenue, and the scent of dim sum drifts from hidden alleyways. In the Mission District, murals fill entire buildings with bold color and voices of generations past and present. On a clear day, the view from Twin Peaks is astonishing. The city stretches in all directions, the grid of streets leading to the water's edge, and beyond it, the blue expanse of the Pacific Ocean. When the fog returns, the skyline dissolves into a soft gray, and lights shimmer through like distant stars. Along the waterfront, the Embarcadero hums with life. Ferry boats glide across the bay, while locals walk and cycle past the old piers. Look back toward the city, and you'll see the towers of downtown rising like glass and steel mountains. More than anything, San Francisco is a place of possibility, a city that has inspired artists, inventors, and dreamers for over a century. In its hills and harbors, its hidden stairways and crowded markets, you'll find a spirit that is unmistakable, one that invites you to look closer, linger longer, and see the world a little differently. Welcome to Washington, D.C., a city where history breathes from every marble column, and the spirit of a nation pulses through grand avenues and quiet gardens. This is not just the capital of the United States, it's a living museum of democracy, power, art, and memory. As dawn breaks, the city wakes beneath a soft amber sky. The Capitol building rises proudly on Capitol Hill, its dome glowing in the morning light like a beacon of ideals. Streets begin to bustle with commuters, joggers circle the National Mall, and the distant chime of church bells echoes between historic buildings. Walking the mall feels like stepping through the pages of a story. The Washington Monument pierces the sky, its reflection mirrored perfectly in the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. Just beyond, the Lincoln Memorial stands in solemn silence, Abraham Lincoln's gaze fixed eternally toward the promise of a united people. Around you, the World War II Memorial, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, and the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. Memorial tell their stories in stone and water, etched with the names and words that shaped a nation. Midday, the city blooms with energy. Tourists swarm the Smithsonian museums, the Air and Space, the Natural History, the National Gallery of Art, each offering portals into discovery, science, and wonder. Cherry blossoms flutter in the breeze each spring, painting the tidal basin in pink and white magic, while local food trucks line up offering the comforting smells of coffee, gyros, and tacos. Cross the river to see the Pentagon, or climb the steps to the Supreme Court, where law and justice intertwine. And just beyond the political realm, Georgetown's cobbled streets offer charming boutiques, riverside cafes, and colonial-era homes that tell quieter stories of the city's past. As the sun sets, the city turns golden, then slowly slips into elegance. Lights illuminate the monuments, and the White House stands serene under a velvet sky. The Jefferson Memorial reflects on the still waters of the tidal basin, a tranquil sentinel beneath the stars. By night, Washington doesn't sleep. It hums. Jazz spills from basement bars, late-night walks wind past glowing sculptures and historic statues, and the night sky drapes itself above the city's marble heart, reminding us that even the most powerful places carry a quiet soul. Washington, D.C. isn't just where laws are made. It's where ideals live, where people gather to be heard, and where every step taken on its iconic paths connects you to the story of a nation still in the making. Welcome to the glittering heart of entertainment. This is Las Vegas, a place where the lights never dim and the energy never fades. As the sun sets over the Mojave Desert, the city transforms into a neon wonderland. The Las Vegas Strip pulses with life, lined with glowing signs, dancing fountains, and architectural fantasies that rise straight from imagination. Pyramids, castles, skylines within skylines. Las Vegas is a surreal playground built to dazzle. Here, every moment is a show. From the clatter of chips in world-class casinos to acrobats soaring through the air in breathtaking performances, the city is alive with spectacle and thrill. Step into the Bellagio, gaze at the synchronized fountains, or feel the bass thump from a rooftop club. Everything is louder, brighter, and more extraordinary. This isn't just a vacation, it's an escape into the extraordinary. A place where fantasy walks beside reality, and every night feels like a celebration. Las Vegas, unforgettable, over the top, and unlike anywhere else on Earth. Welcome to New Orleans, a city where every corner hums with soul, rhythm, and the heartbeat of centuries-old stories. Nestled along the mighty Mississippi River, New Orleans is more than a destination. It's a living, breathing celebration of life, culture, and resilience. As the sun rises over the French Quarter, golden light spills across ornate balconies and pastel facades. The scent of fresh beignets and chicory coffee drifts from the iconic Café du Monde, while street performers begin their day, bringing Jackson Square to life with the sound of jazz trumpets and the sway of tap shoes on cobblestone streets. Wander deeper into the heart of the French Quarter, where history whispers through the iron-laced balconies and gas lamps flicker under Spanish moss. The architecture tells a tale of Creole heritage and colonial past, blending Spanish, French, and Caribbean influences. Bourbon Street pulses with energy day and night, a chaotic, colorful stretch where music, laughter, and dancing spill into the streets without apology. As the day unfolds, hop on a steamboat cruise along the Mississippi, or ride a vintage streetcar through the Garden District, where grand oak trees shade antebellum mansions and blooming gardens. Explore St. Louis Cemetery No. 1, where voodoo legends and marble tombs stand in quiet reverence, reflecting the city's deep spiritual traditions. By dusk, the city begins to glow. Gas lamps flicker to life as the streets fill with the scent of gumbo, crawfish étouffée, and jambalaya. Follow the beat to Frenchmen Street, where intimate jazz clubs overflow with soul-stirring melodies. Each note, each voice tells a story of joy, of pain, of survival, and celebration. And when night falls fully, the magic deepens. The New Orleans night sky, framed by the silhouettes of cathedral spires and riverboats, sets the stage for moonlit parades, rooftop music sessions, and spontaneous street dances that seem to rise from the pavement itself. It's a city that never sleeps, not because it can't, but because it chooses to live every moment out loud. New Orleans is a place like no other, a beautiful collision of cultures, sounds, and flavors. It's a song you don't just hear, you feel it in your bones. Welcome to Orlando, Florida, a city where imagination takes flight, sunshine reigns year-round, and every corner offers a new adventure. But beyond its world-famous theme parks, Orlando tells a deeper story of vibrant culture, natural beauty, and a rhythm all its own. As dawn breaks, the city awakens under a warm golden sky. Sunlight dances across shimmering lakes and palm-lined streets, and the air carries a mix of citrus groves and fresh morning breeze. The skyline glows gently, hinting at the magical energy that pulses through Orlando's heart. Begin your day at the Walt Disney World Resort, where dreams unfold in brilliant color. From the fairy tale towers of Magic Kingdom to the futuristic landscapes of Epcot, every step is a page in a storybook. But the magic doesn't stop there. Universal Studios Florida draws you into the worlds of film and fantasy, where wizards, dinosaurs, and superheroes feel real. Screams of delight echo from islands of adventure, while calm waters reflect the charm of the wizarding world of Harry Potter. Yet Orlando is more than just its theme parks. Stroll through Lake Eola Park in downtown, where swan boats glide across still waters and art installations bring quiet wonder. Explore the trendy neighborhoods of Winter Park or Milk District, where local cafes, art galleries, and markets create a lively, authentic vibe. Visit the Orlando Science Center, catch a show at Dr. Phillips Center, or wander the exotic landscapes of Leu Gardens. As evening falls, the city takes on a different glow. Neon lights reflect off rain-washed streets. Food trucks serve sizzling street eats, and music flows from rooftop bars and lakeside patios. Then comes the real show. Fireworks illuminating the night sky over the parks, mirrored in lakes below. It's a nightly reminder that wonder lives here, not just in castles or coasters, but in the everyday magic Orlando offers. And when the stars shine over Central Florida, a calm settles in. The laughter quiets, but the memory of adventure lingers. Orlando is more than a vacation. It's a feeling, a spark, a place where the extraordinary becomes everyday. In Boston, history and progress share the same narrow streets. From the harbor to the skyline, the city tells a story that began centuries ago and is still unfolding today. At dawn, the Charles River is calm. Rowers glide past in long boats, their oars catching the early light. Along the esplanade, joggers trace the water's edge, framed by bridges and willows. The skyline rises across the river, a mix of glass towers and old brick, where the past and the present stand side by side. Downtown, the Freedom Trail winds for 2.5 miles through centuries of history. Red bricks lead you past landmarks like Faneuil Hall, where revolutionaries once gathered, and the old State House, where the seeds of independence were planted. In Boston Common, America's oldest public park, paths cross under towering elms, and statues stand watch over quiet lawns. The streets of the North End hold the city's Italian heart. In the morning, the smell of fresh bread and roasted coffee drifts from old bakeries. Lanterns hang over narrow alleys. You can sit in a cafe and watch the neighborhood wake up, the rhythm of daily life unchanged for generations. Not far away, the waterfront comes alive with ferries and sailboats. The Seaport District feels new and vibrant, with modern restaurants and glassy towers reflecting the harbor. In summer, the piers fill with people catching ocean breezes and watching ships slip out to the Atlantic. At sunset, the skyline softens. The golden light falls across the dome of the State House, the steeples of old churches, and the glass facades of new buildings. The city feels both timeless and alive, shaped by every generation that has called it home. In Boston, every corner has a story. Every street feels like a bridge between the past and the future. And whether you're here to trace the footsteps of history, explore the neighborhoods, or simply sit by the water as the city glows, you'll find a place that welcomes curiosity and rewards it. This is Cape Cod, a graceful hook of land curling into the Atlantic Ocean, where coastal charm meets timeless beauty. Stretching from the historic towns of Sandwich and Falmouth all the way to the windswept tip of Provincetown, Cape Cod is more than a summer retreat. It's a living postcard of New England's soul. As the sun rises over Nauset Beach, gentle light glimmers across the Atlantic, illuminating the salt-kissed dunes and awakening a coast that has inspired artists and wanderers for generations. Waves crash rhythmically on the shore, and the salty breeze carries whispers of maritime tales and centuries-old legends. Wander through quaint villages like Chatham, Wellfleet, and Hyannis, where white picket fences border blooming hydrangeas and harbor docks creak under the weight of lobster traps. Time seems to pause here. In every antique store, every lighthouse beacon, every freshly baked clam pie cooling on a windowsill, Cape Cod's 40 miles of national seashore stretch like a ribbon of preserved paradise, untouched, raw, and soul-stirring. Sand dunes tower like natural fortresses, while seabirds wheel overhead, and the distant call of a foghorn echoes through the morning mist. Stroll along the Cape Cod Rail Trail, where cycling through pine forests and salt marshes feels like drifting through a summer dream. At the edge of the Cape, Provincetown bursts with color and creativity. Watch the sunset from Race Point Beach, where the sky melts into shades of pink and fire as the waves hush the world to sleep. And when night falls over the Cape, the stars come out in full glory. Lighthouses blink their guiding rhythm, and the moonlight dances on the water's surface. The stillness is magical, the kind that seeps into your memory and calls you back again and again. Cape Cod is not just a destination, it's a state of mind, a place where every tide brings stories, every breeze carries nostalgia, and every visit feels like coming home to something eternal. When you first arrive, Seattle feels like a city balanced between water and sky. Ferries glide across the bay, distant mountains rise in blue layers, and the skyline stands tall above the harbor, a mosaic of glass towers and historic brick buildings. At the center is the Space Needle, a symbol of mid-century optimism. From the observation deck, you can see the whole city unfold. Elliott Bay shimmering with boats, the Olympic Mountains on the horizon, and Mount Rainier towering in the distance like a snow-covered monument. Below, the streets of Pike Place Market come alive every morning. Vendors arrange rows of fresh flowers, fishmongers toss salmon through the air, and the scent of roasted coffee drifts up the cobblestones. This market has been here for more than a century, a place where locals and travelers mingle in the hum of daily life. Wander the waterfront and you'll find piers lined with seafood restaurants and ferry terminals. The Great Wheel turns slowly above the water, offering views of ships coming and going. Further south, Pioneer Square tells the city's older stories. Red brick buildings, iron street lamps, and echoes of the Klondike Gold Rush. When the sun sets, Seattle transforms. The skyline glows in shades of gold and violet. Lights flicker on the Ferris wheel. Reflections dance across the waves, and somewhere, music drifts from a quiet bar or an open window. This city has always drawn people looking for something new, a fresh start, a big idea, a different perspective. In the rain and the mist, in the clear days that feel like a gift. Seattle feels both familiar and undiscovered. More than anything, it's a place where nature and city are never separate, where the mountains remind you how small you are, and the water reminds you to keep moving forward. Stretching out like a string of pearls into the Gulf of Mexico, the Florida Keys beckon with their serene beauty, a tropical paradise at the edge of America. As you drive along the overseas highway, you'll feel as if you're floating between the vast sea and sky, crossing 42 bridges that connect these sun-kissed islands, each more picturesque than the last. The Keys are a place where time slows down and life is savored. Picture yourself diving beneath the surface, exploring vibrant coral reefs, or lounging on one of the many secluded beaches, feeling the gentle waves lap against the shore. Here, the rhythm of the day is set by the ebb and flow of the ocean, and every moment invites you to simply relax and breathe. As the sun begins to set, the sky paints itself in shades of pink, orange, and gold, a celebration of each day's end, a spectacle that takes your breath away. It's a place where people slow down, let go of the rush, and embrace the simple joys of life. It's no wonder that the legendary writer Ernest Hemingway called this place home, finding inspiration in its beauty and its quiet, timeless charm. Whether you're here for a day or a lifetime, the Florida Keys welcome you with open arms and the promise of paradise. And that wraps up our countdown of the 10 most beautiful cities in the USA to visit in 2025. Each of these destinations has its own story to tell, from vibrant nightlife to timeless history and unforgettable cityscapes. Which city would you add to your bucket list this year? Drop your favorite in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for traveling with Secret Stops. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss our next adventure. Until then, keep exploring the world's hidden treasures with us.